as part of my first assignment after taking over as acting commissioner for Human Capital Development and Monitoring of the state. First of all, I would like to thank His Excellency the Governor for finding me worthy to be the acting commissioner for this ministry. For me, I feel humbled by that. For me, it is a privilege, and also it is a challenge for me to really work harder. So I return all appreciation to him for the great privilege that he has given me. The Ministry of Human Capital Development and Monitoring is not new to me. In 2015, it was created by the governor as a full-fledged ministry and called Ministry of Economic Empowerment and Job Creation. And 2017, I was made to be in charge of the ministry, for which I did for 2 years. And we had our programs, which you may ask me if there's anyone you want me to tell you about, but I don't want to do anything to that. I just want to let us know that this ministry will do a lot in the economic development agenda of the administration of Governor David Uwezomai. Do recall that the governor, upon coming on board in 2015, not only that he created this ministry, he went ahead to roll a lot of programs under the ministry: the Women Empowerment, the Youth Women Empowerment, the Street to Skill Empowerment Program, the Empowerment Program for Wives of Security, training and all of that, and so many that he did, including tricycle empowerment, sailing empowerment, the horticultural empowerment, and many more. It has really made an impact. I must mention that Ebonyi today is no longer the Ebonyi used to know. The reason is that the governor has done a lot in the area of infrastructure, in the area of human capital development. You do know also that the economic development indices and economic growth indices are not the same. What the governor wants to achieve is a situation whereby we'll be taken away from the list of the third world states or third world societies of the world. Will be enlisted in the map of the advanced cities of the world. And the governor rightly identified economic development as the indices of economic development as the only way people can attain that. Now, let me tell you that given what the governor has done in the area of human capital development, you can see that our people have been empowered. Our people can now fend for themselves. And that's why insecurity has reduced drastically in Ebonyi State. It's one of the indices. Again, if you look at the entire nooks and crannies of Ebonyi State, you see the whole state is like what they call a construction site. And what it means is that even the average individual in the society has something to do, whether skilled, unskilled, semi-skilled. And that is why everybody is busy. And it is really impacting on the security profile of the state. Again, if you see the level of empowerment done by the governor over the years and the impact it is making, you also agree with me that there is increase in the enrollment of students and pupils. The reason is that widows, poor women, now have the capacity to fend for themselves, to send their children to school, because the governor has really bettered their lots or increased their means of livelihood. If you look at the agricultural program in Ebonyi State, you see that the issue of drudges has been reduced. Drudges in the sense that before now people used to, feel that agriculture was for the poor, for the peasants. But now both the peasants, the rich people of all classes, of all walks of life, are going into agriculture. And you can see that there is high level of food, food security and self-sufficiency amongst our people. If I tell you the amount the governor has rolled out in the area of agricultural development, talking about engaging our farmers, you will appreciate what I'm saying. Why am I making all of this? differences is because the governor intends to do more to empower the people. His idea is that if the per capita income of an average Ebonian is raised above board, then we'll be said to be cruising in prosperity, we'll be cruising in economic development. And that is what African countries, states of Africa, are really lacking. They have not seen the vision that beyond infrastructure which the governor has provided, and the next will be to really provide for the individuals to make their per capita income to be above average. And when this is done, you see that the emphasis on civil service will reduce. Civil service will be as a matter of choice. If you are coming to be in civil service, you are coming to serve. Even in public service, it's going to be as a matter of choice. Do recall also that he did a lot of programs, what we call address second address scheme. What is that second address scheme? What it means is that if you are a civil servant, you can go into any other agricultural program or go into any other entrepreneurship by proxy through any other person. No, as a civil servant, you don't have the legal right to go into businesses. But you can do that through proxies. The governor has given a lot of leverage, a lot of latitude for us to go into that. He has always said that even as public office holders, that we should have a second address. We call it second address scheme. And he has also said that we can also do that through proxies. Actually, we're not going into agriculture. We want to add to agricultural program. We can do that through proxies. So these are the leverages the governor has provided to ensure that we cruise in prosperity. So we will do a lot to see that we sustain these programs of government. Now, I want to say that in doing this, we do know that there is a problem of limited fund. It's always a challenge to every government. Fund is not enough. This ministry is going to be dedicated to private sector. We're going to ensure that private sector participation in the program of this ministry is going to be at least 50-50. So in doing that, I'm going to engage all private sectors, multinational cooperation, development partners, and donor agencies to see how they can assist us, especially in the way of grants and other interventions, and also to see how we can also take advantage of programs of the CBN, by ensuring that we key into all the SIP programs of the federal government and of the CBN, and also other donor agencies. Where it requires catapult funding, we will not hesitate to let the government know. Ensure that we take advantage of all those windows provided by agencies to see how we can help our people. And so we will also ensure that we let all multinational companies in Ebonyi State, foreign companies, business organizations, to know they need to perform their corporate social responsibility. And in doing that, we will also dust up, or rather bring on board again the issue of the Hall of Fame to encourage people, encourage mentorship, encourage corporate social responsibility. So that when you do that, we are going to give you a pride of place for you to be in the Hall of Fame as one of the people that have contributed in the development of Ebonyi State. We are going to systematically roll out all the programs that will be beneficial to the widows, to the youths and women, students, farmers, office holders, and all of that. And of course, we have the advantage of liaising with relevant line ministries, the Ministry of Business Development, the Ministry of Commerce, Agriculture, the relevant senior special assistants and special assistants to the governor on human capital development, and we are sure that we will do better. So thank you so very much. Again, I thank you for coming. I want to take your questions now.